Because of women's hypergamy, if she sees you as an equal, she sees herself as superior to you. And if she sees herself as superior to you, she doesn't respect you. And if she doesn't respect you, you're in for a bad time. Your relationship is going to explode. So if you get married before this, you're extremely likely to hamper your potential for the future and suffer greatly as a result. Basically, men are born with no value and need to accrue high value before they can consider moving on to a solid relationship. Hello and welcome to the heliosblog. My name is Helios. Today, the dating mistakes you should avoid. What a topic! Listen to the entire video, save yourself from utter destruction in the future. There's many mistakes you can make while dating, but here's the thing. Because of our modern gynocracy, our modern matriarchy, the modern feminine-centric social order that teaches that men and women are the same, which is cultural Marxism by the way, men and women are taught that the same pitfalls exist for both genders, and that is wrong. There are different things that screw over men and women in dating. Some of these may surprise you. Let's get into it, shall we? As a man, here's what you should avoid. You should definitely avoid marriage, and that is at least until you're 35 years old. Men should not be married until they have at least the following traits, minimum. Making $100,000 per year, about $10,000 US per month. Savings of $50,000 US. Over 50 past sexual partners. Knowledge of the true nature of the world. Another trait is physical fitness. You also need to be physically fit. Those are the requirements to be in the top 20% of men. If you as a man are not meeting the hypergamic ideal of women, what's going to happen is that you are going to be a Mark. You're going to be a John. You're going to be a man that women use and then abuse and then discard later. Women are not interested, women of value, are not interested in being with below average men, which to them, a below average man is a man who's in the lower 80% of men. If you're not in the top 20, marriage is going to be a terrible idea for you because it will be an equal relationship. And because of hypergamy, so women want a superior partner, that's hypergamy. Because of women's hypergamy, if she sees you as an equal, she sees herself as superior to you. And if she sees herself as superior to you, she doesn't respect you. And if she doesn't respect you, you're in for a bad time. Your relationship is going to explode. So if you get married before this, you're extremely likely to hamper your potential for the future and suffer greatly as a result. Basically, men are born with no value and need to accrue high value before they can consider moving on to a solid relationship. To build up your base so that you don't get screwed in the future, so that you have some leverage. Now, it's different for women. Here is what women need to avoid. A woman has different pitfalls than a man. See, women are born with inherent value, and that's because women are the progenitors of the human race. A woman is valued for her ability to reproduce, for her ability to have and bear the children of the next generation. The pitfall for a woman would be in squandering that gift that she's been given. So here are the things that women have to do. What do they have to avoid in order to have a successful life? Here are the things to avoid as a woman. 1. Avoid gaining excessive weight. If you are fat as a woman, you're going to have a bad time. 2. Avoid doing drugs. Drugs can damage your eggs, but not only this, they can prematurely age you. So they go in the opposite direction. They make you less attractive to men on a biological level. 3. Avoid excessive sunlight. Women who are in the sun a lot, they also age faster. As a woman, you're trying to maintain your youth and your femininity. Number 4. Avoid accruing large amounts of sexual partners, no more than 1 per year. As a woman, because of the way that oxytocin works, so oxytocin is a pair bonding hormone, every time a woman has sex with a man, her body releases oxytocin. And what that means is basically her body is trying to pair bond her to this new man. And every subsequent partner after the first releases less and less oxytocin. the woman becomes less and less able to pair bond. She becomes less and less likely to be happy, because a woman is only happy if she's pair bonded to a man of value. Avoid excessive amounts of sexual partners. And maybe the most important, which is number 5, is avoid wasting your most fertile years on casual sex. 18 to 23 years old are a woman's most fertile years. If a woman spends her most fertile years having fun, as they say, it's going to be very, very bad for you in your future, because you burn out your ability to pair bond, you age yourself out of the competition in the market, and you lower your ability to produce dopamine for your next partners, and you accrue more baggage. Basically, every possible negative thing is building up, and also your expectations go up with age. And this is why many female dating coaches have quit, because women are so entitled nowadays and making so many mistakes that these female dating coaches, have no idea what to say. Because these women refuse to change. They refuse to do what they're supposed to do in order to have a successful life. They squander the $1 million they've been given at birth, which is the youth and fertility and ability to be the progenitor of the human race. They waste it from a young age and then wonder why they can't have the outcomes that they want. That's why. Let me summarize. Women are born valuable, and their pitfall is squandering that value that they're born with. Let's go one further. What do women desire in men and relationships? Women desire strong men of value. Women desire a superior partner who's taller and stronger and smarter and makes more money. And this is due to hypergamy. The rule of thumb is that if a woman feels she's equal to a man, she will feel that she's superior to him. If a woman feels she's superior to you, she will disdain you, and she will do multiple relationship destroying behaviors. But basically what she's doing is she's piling on the disrespect to see how much you'll take. And she's trying to make you end the relationship, basically. And she will often divorce a man who she feels she's superior to. And keep in mind that women initiate 80% of divorces in the West. It's not looking good. Things that men desire in women and relationships. Men desire very different things than women. And this is where the modern gynocracy, the modern matriarchy, the modern social order that we live in, this is where it screws up. It teaches men and women that they're exactly the same, that men and women are the same, and that they have the same requirements, and that men are just defective women who are not living in their emotions properly, and they teach that men and women want the same things in relationships, etc. And these are lies. Whereas women want a superior partner, men want something else entirely. For a woman to be worthy of a long-term relationship to a man of value, she needs the following traits. 1. Fit. 2. Feminine. 3. Submissive. 4. Sexually loyal. And 5. Cooperative. Notice how none of these are boss babe, making lots of money, being independent, being sexually experienced, etc. These are not things that men find attractive. If a woman does not have these traits that I just said above, that I just said before, she may be relegated to the sex zone. The sex zone is similar to the friend zone. The sex zone is when women are worthy only of sex with a man and nothing else. He never upgrades her. He never upgrades her because he knows she's not worthy. She's likely too annoying for a real relationship, but the man still enjoys the sex, so he strings her along. So women, if you find yourself in the sex zone, it isn't because these fuckboys are damaged. No, it's because you are not providing them with a good enough deal for them to commit to you. So of course they're not going to. Here's the conclusion. It should be obvious that men and women have different pitfalls in relationships, and these pitfalls should be avoided. In order to have a successful life in the long term, you need to live life according to different rules, because men and women are different. Don't fall into these traps and doom yourself to a life of misery. You've been warned. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.